It's the dictionary. 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 It's the dictionary.
Woo! Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. I am your host, Spencer, and I am very excited to tell you about some more words, some more G words, here in episode G69. Here we go. Let's get into the words. We are starting with the GIF section and then moving on into the GIG section. So, what word starts with GIF? Well, it's your best friend, GIF or GIF. Ooh, this pronunciation is very controversial. It is all caps, by the way. Noun from 1987. It is a computer file format for the compression and storage of digital video images. Also, such an image itself. This stands for graphic interchange format. Graphic interchange format. None of those words say video to me whatsoever. Graphic interchange. It's a format where you can interchange your graphics, but it's for a video specifically. If you don't know, this format, this thing, has just exploded. I don't think we were so aware of them in 1987. Let's see. Oh, I want to look up a couple of things. I want to look up when did GIFs become popular? Let's see what that. The mid-90s, the mid-1990s for web logos, under construction banners. But there was a massive modern resurgence in the early 2010s due to social media platforms like Tumblr, Twitter, and Giphy. Giphy with a PH. Let's see. Invented by Steve Wilhite of CompuServe in 1987, it was to allow for color images. There weren't color images before that? I don't understand. The 1995 release of Netscape Navigator 2.0, allowing for looping animated GIFs, led to their first wave of popularity in 1995. The Dancing Baby era was the late 90s, early 2000s. Oh, I remember that. Used extensively on personal websites like GeoCities for animation and famously in early viral memes like the Dancing Baby. Okay, anyway. What I want to look up also is, I believe, the inventor, Mr. Steve, I think he pronounced it GIF. I think he says that the proper pronunciation is GIF. How does the inventor... Oh, you see, it knows I'm looking up GIF, so it filled in a whole bunch of stuff. He says the correct pronunciation is GIF, mimicking the American peanut butter brand. He intentionally chose this, telling the New York Times that using the hard G are wrong. Those who are using the hard G are wrong, even if the pronunciation has widely varied. Anyway, that's enough about that. What's your favorite GIF? What do you like? I think people have been saving them to their phones and then they send them because they use them a lot. This has exploded. I know my dad does not care for them because just the short repeatedness of the image, I think, is kind of irritating to him. And maybe other boomers are like that as well. I think they're fun. I think they're funny. Just to find random images out there of things that just really fit how you're feeling in the moment, fit the situation. So I think they're fun. Yeah, I just think that the pronunciation is funny. I don't understand why it was originally created for color. Anyway, it's a very complicated thing. And, they're just used in general for repeating videos. Okay, moving on. Ooh, I gotta make a sound effect. Woo! Next, we have the word gift. GIFT. This is the first form. It is a noun from the 12th century. Number 1, a notable capacity, talent, or endowment. So this is like something in you. Do you have a capacity for a thing? Do you know how to read? That could be your gift if you know how to read. Were you endowed with anything in particular? My gift, what I was endowed with is hair. I have lots of big poofy curly hair, and I hope it never goes away, but it probably will if I last that long. Number 2 for gift is something voluntarily transferred by one person to another without compensation. Oh, what a sterile definition for the word gift, which is, how definitions tend to be. It's a good one. So somebody voluntarily, one person, they're doing this, they're volunteering to do this. Nobody is forcing them to do this, hopefully. They are voluntarily transferring. Oh, I'm just going to transfer this thing from me to you, and I do not expect anything in return. I do not expect any compensation for this whatsoever. I am giving this to you on my own accord. From me to you, here you go. It is a gift. Thank you again. Goodbye. Number 3, the act, right, or power of giving. I don't know what context that we would use that one in. The act, right, or power of giving. I don't know. I need an example sentence. Thank you. So this word is from Middle English, from Old Norse, which means something given or talent. So it was given to you, like some people might say, oh, it's a God-given talent, so that was God's gift to you. God voluntarily transferred it from him to you, or her to you, or them to you, and is not expecting anything in return. God does not expect anything in return. And then you're like, oh, cool, look at this thing I got from God. Okay, that is just one example. Some people would use that, and then other people in other parts of the world are probably using a different name for that higher power, that being, if they believe it at all. And then what if you don't believe in any sort of higher power, universe, spirituality thing at all? Do you believe that do you believe that you were given a gift by something, or you're just like, this is just me? I don't know. Lots of different opinions on that side of things. Anyway, back to the etymology. It is akin to the Old English word gifon, which means to give. So that's what it is. That's just from the word give, to give, the action of giving. It's a gift. A gift. Okay. Now, we have some synonym information for this word. There are other words that are similar but have slightly different uses. So, gift, faculty, aptitude, bent, talent, genius, and knack, spelled with a K. All of those words mean a special ability for doing something, just in general. Gift often implies special favor by God or nature, as in the gift of singing beautifully. Ooh, you, that's my gift of singing beautifully. Faculty applies to an innate or less often acquired ability for a particular accomplishment or function, as in a faculty for remembering names. This one, sorry, I'm just going to itch my nose for a second. This one seems a little bit more sterile. It applies to an innate or less often acquired ability. Like, it's innate, it's just in you, but it's less often. Aptitude implies a natural liking for some activity and the likelihood of success in it. So if you have an aptitude for a thing, you like to do it and you are good at it. The example is a mechanical aptitude. So somebody who has a mechanical aptitude is good at things that are mechanical, maybe with gears and motors, and they're good at maybe fixing them or at least knowing how they work. Bent, B-E-N-T, is nearly equal to aptitude, but it stresses inclination perhaps more than specific ability, as in a family with an artistic bent. That would be my family. We bend towards the arts in all the different arts, all of them. So let's see, but it stresses inclination perhaps more than specific ability. So if you have a bent for something, that means that you like to do that. You are inclined to go do that thing. Maybe it's spinning plates. I have a bent for spinning plates, but but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are very good at that thing. So I may have a bent for spinning plates, but I have a lot of broken plates. So, do what you will with that information. Talent. Talent suggests a marked natural ability that needs to be developed. Ooh, so you're particularly good at a thing, but if you work at it, you will be even more particularly good at that thing. As in, has enough talent to succeed. Oh, I wish I had that. Genius. Now, we had a whole conversation about genius earlier in the G's, about all the meanings of that and what that is. So, genius. It suggests impressive inborn creative ability, as in the example, has no great genius for poetry. They're throwing in an example again that negates the whole concept of what we're talking about. They could have said, has a great genius for poetry, which says that they have this natural, impressive, inborn creative ability for poetry. But no, the example person does not have that. I guess that would be me. I do not have a great genius for poetry. Yes, I may have a talent for something. I may have a talent that could be developed to be very good at it, but I don't have a genius for anything. There's nothing in me, I think, that's like, holy crap, what? Wow, that's amazing, other than just being myself. Okay, do we have one more? The word knack. It implies a comparatively minor but special ability making for ease and dexterity in performance, as in the knack of getting along. That's a pretty good knack. I like that knack. I think I have that knack. I got that knack. I got a knack for that knack. It's an ability, and you're just like, I'm pretty good at that thing. It's very easy for me to go get along with people. Get along, little doggy, giddy up. Okay, so that was the word gift, the first form. And now I will make the sound effect, which I think was whoop. And now we have the second form of gift. It is a verb, a transitive verb from circa 1550. Number 1, to endow with some power, quality, or attribute. So, I wish I had the ability. I wish I had the capability to gift people with a power, a quality, an attribute. That would be a fantastic power to have. Maybe that would be a gift to give gifts. I don't believe I have a gift for gift giving. Are we going to see gift giving? No. I believe that sometimes I may be very inspired in the moment, but when it comes to like, I got to come up with a gift, I'm not. My brain just goes blank. I'm not good at that. Now we have number 2 for the verb gift, and the synonym is present. Present. It's not present, it's present. Now it's interesting that if you flip the pronunciation of this word, you then get the noun of what is being presented. So here, I'm going to present to you a gift. I voluntarily transfer it from me to you, and I expect no compensation. So I'm presenting it to you. Oh, look at this. You have presented me a present, also called a gift. The example is gifted her with flowers. And then she was like, I don't like flowers. What are you giving me flowers for? Go give them to somebody else. Giftee, that is a noun. And I would say gifter would be another noun, but I don't know why you didn't put that in there. There's a gifter and the giftee. Those are words. Whoop. Now we have gift again, but this one is all caps. It's an abbreviation for either. There's two very similar things. It's number one would be gamete intrafallopian transfer or gamete intrafallopian tube transfer. And I guess that one could technically be gift to with a two T's, but it doesn't say that. I'm just saying that. So gamete intrafallopian transfer. Now, I don't believe that whole phrase was in the dictionary, but it's something about, now, is this a scientific process maybe? Let's see. I want to look up gamete intra. Here we go. And then look, it even has the parentheses gift at the end. A mostly historical assisted reproductive technology, which is an ART, A-R-T, assisted reproductive technology, that involves surgically placing eggs and sperm directly into the fallopian tube for natural in-body fertilization. It requires at least one healthy fallopian tube, has roughly a 20 to 25% success rate, and is often chosen for religious reasons, as it is accepted by the Roman Catholic Church. Fascinating. So I am imagining that this was used for people who were having a hard time getting pregnant for some reason or couldn't for some reasons. There's a whole variety of reasons why that would be. And they were like, in the church, the Roman Catholic Church, they were like, well, because we're not using, we're not taking the sperm and the egg and bringing them into a lab and doing all that stuff. We're using the human body for the lab, and we're just gonna plop the egg and the sperm right there in the fallopian tube. Now I guess that's where they have to be, right? They have to meet there, and then they travel to the rest of the uterus. So they're like, let's just put them where they gotta be, because we're having trouble getting them where they gotta be in the other natural way. So we're just gonna put them there with some tools. It says it's a laparoscopic surgery under general anesthesia to collect the eggs, which are then combined with the sperm in a catheter and inserted into the fallopian tubes. And so then they're like, the church is fine with that because, we're using our natural pieces. Our pieces. It doesn't say when. So here's a whole thing about gift versus IVF. While both aim to treat infertility, IVF involves fertilization in a lab, allowing for confirmation of embryo development, whereas gift relies on fertilization within the body. So you can't really tell. You got to take the test. Modern IVF has largely replaced gift due to higher success rates and less invasive techniques. Pretty good, but also I have heard that it is very expensive, and the person who is the one with the uterus is going through a lot of stuff. They got to take shots and a lot of pain, but you get a baby in the end, hopefully, or maybe twins or triplets, and so it's worth it. Okay. Oh, there's another one called Zift. All right, let's move on from that and go whoop. Let's talk about gift card. Noun from 1991. Is that when they were invented? A card entitling the recipient to receive goods or services of a specified value from the issuer. These are just so very commonplace these days. You can buy gift cards online and just digitally through email or other forms, just send them to the recipient and just be like, hey, here's some money for a place. And, they even have gotten more complicated. Like, you can use this at multiple places. Gift cards. Gift cards, they are a gift, and they, depending on the person, who is giving or receiving. I think that these are good gifts because sometimes people are like, I don't know what you want, but I know you like the store. So here's some cash money, essentially, for you could buy whatever you want at this store. Anything. Anything. Whatever you like. You like a stuffed purple dog? Get that. Whoop! Now we have gift certificate. Very similar. But this one is a noun from 1942. It is a certificate entitling the recipient to receive goods or services of a specified value from the issuer. Wow, it's almost an identical definition except for the word card being replaced by certificate. So a gift certificate, back in the day, I mean, I remember these when I was younger, before we got the gift cards. It was a piece of paper, and it was all sometimes nicely designed, and it had the logo of the place, and it would say, this hereby says that you can have $25, and then they sign it, and you sign it, and everybody signs it, and you give over your firstborn, and then you got a gift certificate that you can give away to somebody. And then later they were like, we can make plastic cards. You can scan them, swipe them, scan them, whatever you got to do. It's easier than a gift certificate, I guess. I remember getting those packs of gift certificates from McDonald's. It was like $1 each one, and it came in a pack of 10 or something. That just popped into my mind. Okay, so that's gift certificate. It's almost identical to gift card. Gift cards now, sometimes you don't even literally receive a card. You just get the email or the text, and then you got to remember that you have that. I think I got some of those to use up. That's the thing. I get gift cards, and then I forget to use them. I went to the store. I was like, ooh, I got a gift card for this store, and I got to go here anyway. I'm going to put it in my little wallet thing. And then I get there, and I just absentmindedly just use the Apple Pay on my phone. And I'm like, and then later, I'm like, damn it, I didn't even use the card. I wonder if there's a way I can put that in my Apple. But then I got to remember. I'm sure I have so much unused money from gift cards. Are you like me? Do you forget? Whoop! Next is gifted. Adjective from 1644. Number 1. Having great natural ability. The synonym is talented, as in the example, gifted children. What are children gifted at? They are gifted at having lots of energy. That's their gift. Number 2, revealing a special gift, as in gifted voices. So I'm trying to think of how this is different than the other one. So it's revealing a special gift. So the voice is the gift. The voice is gifted. It's revealing a special gift. When you hear the voice, that is revealing the gift of the beautiful voice. When I go, hoo, 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 that's my gifted voice for you. I know you love it. Giftedly is an adverb, and giftedness is a noun. All right, that's that one. We have a few more gift words I didn't know. Whoop! Next is gift of gab. 3 words from 1839. It is the ability to talk glibly and persuasively. Glibly. Now, I don't feel like that word is tracking to me because I think of glib as like meh. But I'm looking at the word glib now, and there's at least, 4 or 5 definitions. So, I don't know. There must be one that works with this. But gift of gab. The gift of gab, persuasively. So you can talk so good. Maybe you're a salesperson, and you can talk people into buying whatever it is that you want want them to buy. So that's very persuasive. But I also think of, and maybe this is where the glibly comes in. The glibly comes in. Just being able to talk. I mean, I think there's a whole scene in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, where they're talking about the gift of gab and how some people are just so good at talking and they love talking all the time. And they're like, I just have stuff to say and I don't care if you're listening or not. I'm just going to talk. because there's just so many things to talk about. I got stuff in my brain and I don't have that filter, and so I just got to let it all out. I don't think that this is me. This is not my natural state. There is a version of me that does want to talk, can talk, especially here when I'm all by myself, talking alone. I think I'm not alone in that. But when I'm out there in the world, I think I have a little bit more of a filter to just be talking to people all the time. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right to me, to myself. So I mostly listen. Okay, moving on to, is this similar? I don't think so. Whoop! Gift of tongues. Now, of course, I think that this is somebody who has 7 tongues in their mouth, or they have the gift of doing fancy moves with their tongue. Flip it this way, flip it that way, make a W, make a loop, do all those things. So they have the gift of tongues. Touch their nose. Okay, now I have that gift of tongues. I don't have 7 tongues. I can move it around a bit. But this is different. This is from 1560. It is a charisma identified by ecstatic, usually unintelligible speech. And that is not what I was expecting it to be. I was thinking that the gift of tongues would be that you were very good at languages, learning languages. That's not what this is. A charisma identified by ecstatic, usually unintelligible speech. So you are basically saying gibberish. Let's bring a G word back into this. That's unintelligible speech, but you're so good at it that you have this charisma. People love to listen to you speak gibberish. Oh boy, if I could make a career out of that, that would be amazing. Now, you might be thinking this has a religious bent, a religious leaning, and it does. The etymology says this is from the gifts of the Spirit in 1 Corinthians 12:1 to 13. So that's the section of the Bible that is talking about the gifts of the Spirit, and they mention the gift of tongues. If you want to know more about that, then you should go find your handy-dandy Gideon's Bible in a hotel. Go book a hotel room and find the Bible and go to that section, or just look it up on the web. Whoop! Next is giftware. One word. Ware is W-A-R-E. A gift werewolf. Noun from 1904. It is wares or goods suitable for gifts. Some wares or goods are not suitable for gifts. That's a terrible gift. You should not give somebody Tupperware as a gift, but a blender, that's a good one. Those are wares and goods. Okay. Whoop! Gift wrap, 2 words. Transitive verb from 1936. To wrap decoratively. And what are you wrapping? This would be merchandise intended as a gift. Now, you can be doing this yourself, but I believe that this definition, this comes mostly from when you buy a thing, they can gift wrap it for you. I believe this was a much bigger thing, probably back in the 30s. We're still doing this, right? You go to a store and they're like, is this a gift? I can wrap it up for you. Look at all of these wonderful wrapping papers I have and ribbons. I can do this. This is what we do all the time. I love to wrap gifts for you. I will gift wrap it. But I feel like there was back in the day, there were whole rooms of people, or at least a room. And it was just a much bigger thing. Oh, can you do the wrapping for me so I don't have to do this? I don't have to do this later when I'm trying to wrap all my gifts and I have to spend all day, and I'm terrible at wrapping gifts, and I don't cut straight lines, and the tape gets all messed up and it's not tight, and there's professionals who will wrap your gifts for you. Yeah. I'm okay at wrapping gifts. I know some things, but it still takes some effort. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I want it to be good. And then part of me is like, meh. All right, that was the last gift word. Let's move on to the word gig. Now, there are so many forms of this word that some of them will be in the next episode. So let's talk about gig. First form, noun from 1570. Number 1, something that whirls or is whirled. That's the WH word, whirled. Something that whirls or is whirled is a gig, as 1A. This one is obsolete. The synonyms are top and whirligig. Oh, see, that's where it comes from, I think. A whirligig whirls, and so you call it a gig. I think whirligig is so much more fun of a word to say. I assume you agree with me. A top, you just take the little thing and you spin it, and it goes whirling, whirling. I'm whirling all around. I'm a gig. Okay, so that was 1A. It's obsolete. 1B is a 3-digit selection in a numbers game. What numbers game would this be? What, a 3-digit selection? I need more information. All right, I gotta look this up quick. What is a gig 3 number game? I don't know what I'm looking up. Let's see. Based on the search results, I don't think I've ever seen the AI say that. Based on what you wrote, which was complete nonsense, the gig is a real-time roll and write board game with a jazz music theme. Oh, I don't know if this is accurate. Designed for 1 to 4 players. Players act as jazz musicians, with each player managing... No, this is different, because it's like a gig, a jazz gig. No, I wanted 3... Like, I guess we have to add more words to this stupid Google search. 3-digit selection. No, I want to go... Yeah, this is... All right, let's try this. Based on search results, 3-digit refers to a popular casual indie math game released in 2015, which is a sequel to 2 digits. I don't know if this is accurate either. Anyway, I was hoping it would be easier than that. If you know what this 3-digit selection in a numbers game is, I'm sure it's not that complicated, but I don't know what you're talking about, dictionary. I never know. We don't talk the same language, dictionary. We can't be in a relationship anymore. Number 2, a person of odd or grotesque appearance. What? That's a gig? I need more information again. What is a gig? Grotesque person? I mean, I'm looking at the etymology, and it's not saying anything about this. So there's a whole other different etymology for this. I feel like when we come across things like this, when there's different definitions with different etymologies, you should put that in there. Sometimes they do, but they didn't here. So maybe this is what we're talking about. A Sheila na gig. It says often referred to as a gig grotesque. Who knows what the accuracy of this is? I'm just saying. It's a figurative stone carving of a naked woman displaying an exaggerated vulva. These architectural grotesques are primarily found on medieval buildings such as churches, castles, and towers across Ireland, Great Britain, France, and Spain. Now, the word grotesque doesn't necessarily mean like gross, but it has largely become meaning that. I think it has other meanings, which we haven't even gotten to it yet. So we're going to talk about that in the future. It's just like intense, maybe. But I want to know about the gig part. Gig meaning, some scholars suggest Sheila represents an old woman or crone, and gig is an old Irish slang term for genitals. So Sheila na gig could potentially mean otherworldly female, or hag, with gig possibly derived from gui, the Irish word for prayer. Whoa. All right. So I think, people, Spain, France, Great Britain, Ireland, etc. They might have some more information about this. And there are pictures. There are pictures of these, and whoa, there's some interesting carvings. This is like a little gargoyle biting a guy's cheek. That one's amazing. But yes, there are these. Yeah, it's an interesting this thing, the Sheila Na gig. Should I post this on social media? It's a different kind of thing that I would have expected to see. It's unique. Don't know if I've ever. And then here's one with a gargoyle or a person with their feet in their mouth. Wow, this is fascinating. Okay, I'm glad I went down that rabbit hole because I didn't know what we were talking about. 3A is a long, light ship's boat. A ship has a boat? Sometimes you see the safety boats, the getaway boats on a boat. A long, light ship's boat. Maybe the boat is the ship's pet. Okay, 3B is a rowboat designated for speed rather than for work. So yes, it's probably a boat that sits on another boat. Like, oh, we got a big boat. We're very slow, but we want to go faster. Just take a few people to shore. Get the gig. Is that the gig? Okay, I'm going to say yes. Number 4, a light two-wheeled one-horse carriage. A two-wheeled one-horse carriage is a gig? I have never heard of most of these things before. So, this word is mostly connected to number 1. So it's the Middle English suffix gig, G-Y-G-E, which is from the word whirligig, which was spelled W-H-Y-R-L-E-G-Y-G-E. That's a whirligig. But that is of unknown origin. That suffix gig is of unknown origin. And so I have no idea how it became any of these other things. But some of them, I think, have their own etymology, of course, as we have seen. Okay, so yes, I don't believe that all of these came from whirligig. But what is a whirligig exactly? I mean, is it as simple as a top? Let's see, whirligig. I want gig. I'm thinking very hard about all of the typing letters. It's just an object that spins or whirls. I usually do say whirl, but when you have a WH, it's just very fun to say whirl. Or it has at least one part that spins or whirls. They are most commonly powered by the wind, but can be hand, friction, or motor powered. They can be used as kinetic garden ornaments. What are those little things that spinny thing from the wind? They can be designed to transmit sound and vibration into the ground to repel burrowing rodents. Lots of different kinds of whirligigs. Whirligigs, all the gigs around are whirling. All right, let's move on to another word. Whoop! It's the second form of gig. This one is an intransitive verb from 1807, and it is to travel in a gig. Let's go gigging. Let's go gigging. You wanna whirl? Nope. I wanna ride on a light two-wheeled one-horse carriage. Gig. Whoop. The third form of gig is a noun from 1722. All right, so the first form was a noun. This form's a noun. It's different things. Number 1, a pronged spear for catching fish. Number 2, an arrangement of hooks to be drawn through a school of fish in order to hook their bodies. Yeah, don't like that. So, both of these had to do with catching fish. So this is in the fishing world, if you couldn't tell. Now, so it does have its own etymology because it's a whole different form than the first form. I still believe that those definitions in the first form did not all come from the same etymology. So the etymology for this fishing one says it is short for the earlier fizz gig or fish gig, which is of unknown origin. Nobody knows why they added gig to the word fish which became fizz. So it's just random, I'm going to say. I don't know. It's just a bunch of hooks to hook fish. So I shall never use that kind of gig. Whoop! The fourth form of gig is a verb from 1803. First is transitive, number 1, to spear with a gig. That makes sense based on the last form we read. 2a, this is chiefly in the West, so I'm going to assume the American West. And the synonyms are spur and jab. So similar to hooking fish, but how are the Western people using it? What are you spurring? What are you jabbing? I mean, it could be fish, especially if you're on a coast, but there's probably other things that they're wanting to gig. Number 2b, the synonyms are goad and provoke. Goad is G-O-A-D. If you don't know that word, it's very similar to provoke. Ooh, it's as if you are poking at a thing, like, hey, do something, please, come on, entertain me. I'm goading you, provoking you, gigging you. I've never used this word in this way. Intransitive is to fish with a gig. That makes sense. Okay, so now that we got all of that out of the way, now let's go on to the fifth form of gig, which is our very, very last gig word in this episode. This one is also a noun from 1926, 100 years ago from the time of recording. It is a job, usually for a specified time, especially an entertainer's engagement. Now, this takes us back to that game that I happened across, which I'm going to hit back on my webpage to get to the jazz game. Okay, so, hey, I got a gig. I got to go be there from 4:32 a.m. until 6:13 a.m., and I gotta go hang out there for a little while. I got a gig. I got a gig where I have to stand in line and wait for a thing and pick up some food for somebody. That's my gig. I don't know if this is going to be in here, but this has turned into the whole gig economy where so many jobs out there are just gigs. There's the Task Rabbit, which I did for a little while years ago, or it's the music, the jazz performers that anybody, you get hired, musicians have a gig. That has been going on for a very long time. The Uber, the Lyft, the whatever, right? Everybody needs these jobs for their just temporary things, and they have to fill up their day with a whole bunch of gigs just to barely make enough money to pay for gas and food. But now I'm curious about this game called The Gig. So again, a real-time roll and write board game. This is a board game that used to exist, does exist. Maybe it's okay, cool. Players act as jazz musicians, with each player managing a unique instrument board to track points and notations over a set list of 6 songs. This is such a unique idea for a game. It's kind of amazing. Let's see. It's roll and write, which means that they roll dice and use the results to fill in or write on their player sheets. You're writing some stuff down. During the song phase, players simultaneously roll dice and place them on a song sheet, adhering to specific pattern matching rules. This sounds like it might be kind of a fun game. Here is a video. When did this game come out? Let's look up. When did the board game The Gig come out? Because this picture looks kind of recent, maybe. April 2023. So yes, this is a very new game. If that sounds interesting to you, you should go buy it and say, Spencer sent me, and they'll say, what? You just ordered it online. You don't have the ability to talk to a person. All right. Hey, let's pick a word of the episode. I talked a lot. We had GIF, gift, 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 gift card, gift certificate, gifted, gift of gab, gift of tongues, giftware, gift wrap, gig, 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 gig. I don't know. There was a few of these that I particularly enjoyed. But which one? Which one do we want to pick as the word of the episode? I don't know. Let's pick GIF. Look at all those GIFs. Look at all those GIFs. They keep on repeating. Oh my God, I'm overwhelmed by all the GIFs. I love seeing Kermit go. Kermit? Kermit go blah. That's a funny GIF. All right, that's it. All right, I'll tell you about a movie. You've been asking all day, and I will finally tell you about the movie. This is not even, I didn't even write the whole title down. It's called Nirvana. The band, I can't remember the rest of it. I have to look it up. Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. And I guess that these guys have had this band Nirvana, spelled with two N's at the end, for a while, and they've done other things related to this, I guess. They're Canadian. I did not know about them at all, and now I'm like, I love you guys. If you can find this movie, watch it. You have to watch this movie. I don't want to say anything. I'm blown away by what they did with a probably fairly low budget. In fact, I'm very curious now what was the budget. But yeah, it came out at the end of last year, and I finally got to see it recently, and 2 million estimated, 2 million. And the gross worldwide is pushing 4, so they have definitely made their money back, and it's just so clever and creative and weird, and that's all I want to say. You just have to see it. I was laughing oh so much. All right, that's all you are gonna get from me today. Just gotta mark off that I mentioned that movie so I don't forget, because I will forget. On that note, this has been Spencer giving you the gift of my podcast, because I am so gifted in reading. This has been Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Sneeze, go away.